Hey, welcome back. I think I'll check the numbers if I'm wrong, but I think this is number 6 in the large oil painting portrait. And what I'm doing right now is I'm going to turn on the light. Oh, it's on already. I'm going to turn on one more light because I know we don't have enough. I can tell. There we go. Okay, so what I'm doing is starting to paint on the on this oil painting, and what that brown stuff that you see there, that is burnt sienna that I put in for the outlines and some of the shadows. It's not, of course, not going to stay there, so don't be alarmed about that. It just use it as an outline, and it'll stay on there, and it'll help with the location of the shadows. So that's what I'm doing there. And then what I'm about ready to do is mix up some painter's black and go over some of the shadows with that painter's black, because there's a lot of shadows in this. If you're noticing the picture there. Painting, it won't of course look exactly like the picture, but it'll be close, I hope. And again, like I said, it won't look like a picture because that's not what I'm going for. I don't like that. You can't do it a human. Well, there are people who can do it, but I don't like that ultra realistic stuff. If so, I just keep the photograph. Like a painting to look like a painting. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to get over there in a second. So what I'm doing right now is trying to set up a little tunes here. I don't know what I keep doing with my hat. I keep misplacing my hat. But that's alright. I don't need it to paint with. I do not need it to paint with. But yeah, I'll start with mixing the painter's black, and then probably I will mix that color that for that dress that she's got on is a little bit difficult. That's subdued red. So what I'll have to do is take red and then its pear color and put a little more pear color in there than red, and then that should, hopefully I can get it subdued to the point where it looks like that. That dress was meant to be old, I'm sure. That still is from a movie in 1957. It was titled Legend of the Lost. It was a great movie. One of my favorites, but that dress was meant to be old, and was old probably. They probably bought it there in Morocco or wherever they were at. And I tell you, I don't know sometimes. Sometimes Okay, anyway, let me get started. Let me get started here. Okay, the paint I've got on here is kind of old, so, well, on this palette, so I'm going to have to mix new, which I shall do. But what I'm going to do first is cut this old paint off so I don't get confused. Should have done this and come prepared. Should I not? Yeah, I like to cut that and off and mix new paint, which is costly, but that's what it is. There it is. All right, here we go. Cut this paint off with an X-Acto. Yes, indeed. And then I'm gonna. I use wax paper for a palette, which comes in handy. As you can see, you can just take the old paint off, fold it up, throw it in the trash. Wax paper works good instead of having to clean I mean, wooden pallets are fine if you got them, or glass, which I may yet use, but wax paper works fine, and you can just rip it up and throw it away when you're done. You can just throw it away when you're done. I mean, I wouldn't suggest using wax paper over a fine piece of furniture to put your paint on, but it's good for like piece of if you're laying your palette on a piece of plywood or whatever. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to make this video for. You can stick around as long as you like. I think this one might be a little bit longer than normal. I'll just show you a little bit here. I thought about doing a TikTok live, but I don't know. I'm about ready to get out of that. There's not enough people interested in that. Actually, more people who might want to see this. I can do it this way and just make the videos. Don't make any money off of it anyway. Damn sure ain't making any money on TikTok, that's for sure. Not enough people watch it for this anyway, for painting, and there's not that many people, that have frankly have the intellect to sit still long enough to watch a painting. Intellect is dwindling down to below caveman standards these days. That is sad but true. Well, that'd be an insult to a caveman, because at least a caveman was smart enough to survive. A lot of people these days are not. So, there's that. Okay, so, yeah. I'm going to. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do here? I'm going to use this, I think. Damn it. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. We'll use this brush. So we're going to make some painter's black here, which is yellow, red, and blue. Try to get it into the right consistency to make it black. And this I think is a little bit blue, so we might need a little more red. Yeah, we're getting there. Anyway, so let's test it out. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's test it out. Let's see. And I think we're going to need a little bit of linseed oil on this here. So we're going to pour a little linseed oil. We're going to pour a little linseed oil if we can get the lid off. And try not to get paint all over myself. There we go. Pour a little linseed oil in there. Grumbacher, good company. Alright, so we're gonna put a little linseed oil in there. Yeah, see, that's why that stuff right out on it. That'll spread that stuff right out.
You will be partnered with someone's not an organized crime.
Love that painter's black, because it's got, you know, the red and the blue in there, and your eyes pick that up, which is because black is not just black anyway. You got the colors of the rainbow in there. So that painter's black is, I love it. Just love it. Yep. Yep. And if you watch these videos before, you know this was gridded on there. Well, you can see the grids, I guess. Anyway, gridding is a cool tool. It's a cool method to use if you want to take something smaller and put it on a larger surface, or vice versa. Just a matter of multiplication or subtraction, as you, depending on what you want to do. Like I say, we're just getting this paint on here, and then you know, we'll work out the intricacies of it later. You know. Yeah. Just want to get it out here. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but you probably can. You can see that burnt sienna coming out in there because I've got that linseed oil on there. It is liquefying that. Yeah, that burnt sienna. So this area will be black.
Insights that can do a lot of things that humans aren't necessarily going to be the best at. We know it's going to very meaningfully transform the way that we operate.
Hello everyone, welcome and thanks for joining Agent Force Demo Day. I'm your host, Leah McGowan here, live from Salesforce HQ in San Francisco. Today is all about learning from your peers. This AI world is moving fast, and the best thing we can all do is learn from each other.
A little bit back in here, but we don't want to go crazy up here because I've got to put up skin color and stuff up here. I don't want to screw this up. Just set up here. This is up right.
And deep dive into those use cases that agents should unlock. During the event, drop your questions in the chat. After the broadcast, stay tuned for live Q&A and a hands-on training where you'll learn to build your very own engine. Joining us today is Oliver Bowden, Senior Technical Product Manager at Indeed. Oliver, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Oh, I'm excited to hear a little bit about Indeed and what you're doing over at Indeed with our agents.
Yes. So whenever we talk about Indeed, we talk about our mission. So our mission is very simple. We help people get jobs.
All right.
There's a lot of responsibility with that mission. And the way we help is we have a leading marketplace connecting job seekers with employers, right? And when it comes to numbers, we have millions of job seekers applying, and we're connecting those job seekers with employers together. And one of the key metrics that we track is hires per minute. And we just announced a big metric where we're doing 31 hires every minute globally.
Oh, wow.
It's a pretty good metric. So whenever we think about building agents, we think about how can we build agents and help us improve that metric even further.
Okay.
Right? And to give you a sense of how we think about that in implementation, this diagram is how we build our ecosystem of agents. You can see we have Salesforce as a platform at the top. And then there's two key personas that we're working off to really build these agents. One of this is internal facing employees, our employee agents. We have two agents that we've been using for IT purposes and also for GTM teams. And we also have external facing agents as well. So we have an SDR agent, and we have a service agent, which is the one I'm going to be talking about today. We then also need flexibility when it comes to data. Right, so we are able to leverage data cloud for them data point, and whenever somebody posts a job, and they're reaching out 5 seconds later to ask for a status, we got flexibility to use this software to wait for the sales. So we have those options that are very important for us. And then all the way to the last is the big shift that we've done when it comes to building agents.
Yeah, using that burnt sienna to kind of show where your shadows are going to be. It kind of helps you out. Kind of helps you out down the road. As maybe you can see there. It just helps you get them in, and then you can fix it later, you know.
So the service employer agent has a couple of different sub-agents that utilize service for. There's one use case where we look at our employers, you know, they want to post a job. Hey, we hire somebody. We need to make sure that the company that's posting is a high-quality company. So we have to go through a verification process. And then whenever the company is vetted, then we have to make sure the job has the right quality standards. So we also have to evaluate that job. When we launched our agent, we had a situation where we were trying to, somebody asked, hey, why is my job flat? This is a very common question that we got in our service channel. We want our agent to investigate the account, make sure the account looks good, and if the account looks good, then investigate the job. Okay. What we started seeing is that it was, whenever it found the account is active, instead of it going to the job, 75% of the time it was sticking with the account status and really making the account active.
So you're saying, hey, your account is more active, but then you go to the next level of the job.
And the job was fine, so there was a lot of frustration. I think in that was right. So in our use case, that's when the agent for script comes in. We can add that information. So I'm going to show you through our coding agent and cursor how we can use these skills to then do that implementation. Okay, so this is cursor, which is the IE that we use to run our coding agents. And we want to call a skill that we build that we'll talk to a little later. And I'm going to explain the issue as far as we run the skill. So I can say, you can use the folder when you want it. So you can say when an employer reaches out, right, about their job being flagged, the agent is saying that it's not as active. Active. Instead of investigating the job. Can you fix it? Very simple, right? So at this point, it's running this process using the skills from Salesforce, from Agentforce, and then we have this orchestration skills that are then controlling when we call this, when we make sure that it's like, make sure the coding agent has context. Right. Because that's what a lot of times the coding agents fail, is that they start drifting, they don't understand the context, and then they start building quickly before understanding. This is very common that we're really at. So we have some tricks that people are starting to work with. And we have one playbook and writing us files.
Alright, so we mixed a little painter's black just to get paint on there. We're at 23 minutes right now, so I don't know, I may go 40 minutes on this video.
We saw that issue a lot on our end. So we saw ourselves briefly moving over and over. And then we were like, hey, instead of
And then make another one, or may go 30 minutes and then make another one, because it takes time to upload these. So what I'm going to do right now, I need to mix some skin color. So all skin colors based off of orange, all skin. So what we need to do, we need to mix, check my trusty nose here, red and yellow, mix red and yellow. Of course, there's a lot of other colors in it, you know, of course, but we're just going to get it started. So we're going to mix some red and yellow, and I'm going to try to avoid, since I dipped into that red, I don't want to get any of that. So I'm going to mix that down here. I've put some linseed oil in that, not too much, as I can see, and not enough yellow, so I'm going to grab some more yellow.
users. So just you see all the things that are available, so it's be personalized. So let's go ahead and run a question. Like it's a very common question. Why is my graph flat? Right? So at this point, agent scripting will be running through its process. And you see it's much faster now because we use determinants and we have to take longer. And now instead of just staying in the account,
Try to mix
it's now passing up to the job.
enough to do all the skin here without, that way I don't have multiple tones of skin color, but I can see that the skin color I'm mixing is a little too dark, so I may put a tinge of white in it because it is definitely looking orange. So I'm going to put a little bit of white up here. It's looking too orange, so you can mitigate that with some white. Put a little bit of white in there, not too much, but a little bit. And we're looking more like it now, but gotta be careful because I got a lot of red on this brush. Wipe that off. A lot of red on there, which is alright. I mean, I can fix it later, but I don't want to fix too much. I don't want to fix too much. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, so that's too orange. Too orange. That's alright. That's alright. We're gonna fix it. We're just putting it on there. We're just putting it on there. Yeah, it's way too orange. Way too orange. And make sure you cover this way too orange account being active. It's alright. I'm just going to get some paint on here. There's all kinds of colors on this because the actual color she's, you can tell from this photograph. I mean, they made this movie in the desert, in the Sahara. So if you've ever been to that part of the world, it is extremely hot in the daytime. You can get burned in it just being outside for a few minutes. And you can see when they took this photograph, she was burned already. She got burned standing out there while they were taking these pictures. This movie came out before I was born, so it tells you how old it is. But all these details that you don't, until you start to paint or you start to check into it, you don't realize. You pick up a lot of information that you wouldn't have known otherwise. I know about the desert because I spent a few years in it over time. You sure can get burned very quickly. Right? And then very easy to spell out here at the bottom, we also have SMEs for different sub-agents. And if it's the account job status, we do call moderation, or the members, there's different SMEs. So when we have our weekly sessions with them, we can easily slide chats about that topic, review it with them, and then they can help us write the ticket to improve the agent after.
Okay, I love that so much. Again, but then you can remove there. That was a lot of goodness. Yeah, I could sit here and talk to you all day.
This may look crazy to you right now. It's not going to stay this way. I'm not leaving it like this, so I'm just putting some paint on there. That's all. Ain't leaving it like this.
It's intelligent agents taking actions for us. But for an agent to be effective,
I'm not.
it needs to talk directly to your data. Let's
I'm just
look at
getting some
this
stuff on here.
connective tissue that is making this possible. Here to show us is Nathan Price, Senior Director of Product Management here at Salesforce.
Thank you, Dave. Let's dive a little bit deeper into our agent development lifecycle, and specifically look at some of the new wholesome features that we have as part of everything. Actually, before we dive in, let's actually talk a little bit about what even that development lifecycle entails. Right? So we have some pretty key steps to go. First off, we start with building the agent. We decide what type of agent we want, if that's an agent for customization, we end up with agents.
So yeah, we
After developing your copy over time, we want to have some evaluate how that agent works.
put a little bit of Gamsol in that paint there, thin that stuff up. Thin that up just a tad. Thin it up just a tad, still too orange, way too orange. That's okay. That's okay.
And so one of the
It's
things
okay.
about how these things are is just how open and sensitive. Right? One of the things that this book is learning skills by making it better. Right? So we have skills throughout this entire development life cycle. Right? We saw first and foremost skills that are in our growth stuff. Right? So we have a variety of ways in which we can build agents. We can build agents using building tools. We can also build agents in Slack. We can build agents in our new agent first builder as well. And what's great about this is these skills and the learning from these skills are transferred to any of these other places. And once you're happy with that agent, right, you can use those same skills to build, test, and deploy it as well. Right? So you just saw how you can use those skills to run a variety of edge case testing, test a bunch of different scenarios for your agent, really see how it can perform in a variety of different scenarios. And then you can actually use those skills to go and deploy those to your agent as well. Right? So you can do the full from the comfort of your data. And so, again, this is a new effort to make this really expensive and use
Got to be a little shadow on the hairline anyway. I mean, not that this is gonna stay. It's not. It isn't. This paint is not mixed. Of course, as you can tell, it's not mixed right. So I'm going to put some more.
And really gives you a lot of flexibility. So not only do you have that flexibility available to be able to pull those text so to speak, we're also bringing that now to voice as well. And so we're excited about the GA capabilities that we put on voice and how you can leverage those same hybrid reasoning capabilities for those voices. And again, after we deploy the images, like we're working with the voice agent, text agent, full customer facing, we want to be able to observe how that is performed. Yeah, we're cracking open this shell as well. We're giving you more capabilities. So again, we have the skills here available, but we're also making it such that the APIs themselves are open standards. And so this means that you can pull in your data to any of the existing workflows, and you can really bring those insights again into your own agent, so that you can build and orchestrate your agents even better than you ever done before. So all of these deep insights can feed into an input. Right? The insights from the output of one skill can feed into the input of another skill. Really bridging this entire agent development life cycle and giving you an opportunity to build self-learning agents and really improve your agent experiences over time. Now, we're really excited about this, and we're also really excited to dive more into agent script. So let's head over back to the
Thanks, Nathan, for breaking that down. That's the blueprint for an open enterprise, a platform
All right, so we're going to.
and extendable by default. But the reimagined
As I said, I'm just sticking paint on here, so this may not make much sense to you right now. Everything is orange and in the wrong color. That's all right.
to show us how he built an agent that is fundamentally changing.
That's all right.
Anyone, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Can you tell us a little bit about Redmon?
What I'm going to mix next is a little bit of maroon,
Yeah, absolutely. So I would go where I told you.
which may definitely not seem.
The best players in the school, don't even go with the pay for the full control. We're currently in a full season at the minute, so there's a
Right.
contrast. Now,
That'll be a little bit of red and blue.
how do you get sense of this?
A little bit of red and blue, and I'm going to use this new brush for that. Red and blue. And I'm going to have some white with that, I guarantee it. And I'm going to need a lot of it because I got to do that dress. So I'm going to take this blue from the bag. Oh yeah, Lord, that's way too dark. Way too dark, so we're going to take white and put it in. Oh my, yeah. Hell, is that maroon? Maybe it is. That's a weird color. Definitely going to have to put some more red in it, I think. Let's see.
So this is fan credit, right? So this is actually the latest version of fan credit we use it like it's good, but we just really
Yeah, that's what's happening. More red.
And now, one of the things that we're working on is how we can personalize messages based on the
red.
user.
Much more red.
So I'll give you an example. So a question that is coming on is where can I personalize you guys, before the next event?
Much more red.
So I've got a question.
Where are we at here? Much more red and a tad of white.
And now, what's going to happen is if you think back to the architecture diagram, you're going to see that it's going to switch to our merchandise sub-agent plan. So this is going to be
that color is not coming out. That color is not coming out what we want.
That's exactly what's happening.
No.
So it's showing us a sequence with
No. More red.
So some of the latest photos before we're going to the next event.
More red and more white. I knew this was going to be a hard color to mix, and I was not wrong. I was not wrong. Man.
I want to show you how we've gone about doing that. I want to switch back to 8 before 4. I want to show you how we achieve that. Now, before I ask the same question, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some variables that we set to achieve personalization. So I'm going to expand the variables at length, and then I will show you a few things that we've set up. So we have a variable called prove when we know it, and we've set this to true. And we know how to an also set, which is the prove when you will do. So this is the
I was not wrong. More white.
This app is calling it that. And now what's going to happen is I'm going to collect it. And I have a question to do better. So what's going to happen now is, so I told you previously with the hat,
It's actually not maroon, is it?
But now, so we've got response now. And so we already know
It's more of a red. Damn. It's more of a red color. That's my problem. I'm mixing the wrong color here. What do we got? Red. So, okay. So red. Want Wilson to do that red color. Green, I think.
Someone wanted to talk to a human, but it was sent to the wrong business segment. That was really frustrating, especially for a statement. So we have to go back and revert to a single group across the board. But with Redmon's script, Redmon's been able to provide that determination using variables systemically. I can show you what it looks like.
Yeah, green.
Let me show you the script view.
Green.
So what we're doing now is we're pulling the segment data.
Yellow and blue.
Deterministically.
Oh man, this is going to be crazy.
Passing to this collision process. So that way,
Some yellow and white.
from reasoning, so that way it doesn't matter how the condition was, we're always going to escalate to the right business segment.
That's great. So you guys are both using variables, you can go with deterministic logic. What I noticed from both your architectural design and as we step through your code You all have a lot of different sub-agents. How are you handling orchestration amongst those sub-agents?
Yeah, I think I have that honestly that number four for what you guys are doing and do. So let's switch back to the agent workflow. So as you mentioned, yes, so we've got 14 different sub-agents. And now agent points is pretty good at trying to figure out
Wow.
the user variables we can
Yeah, this is very,
enforce.
this is very different. This is not the color.
So I'm going to go into
Not the color
agent view and I'm going to show you
that I was looking for.
So
Mixed the wrong color.
And I mentioned earlier about when we set particular variables, we can then tell it which sub-agent. And this is actually how we define that, right? So in the perform user section,
Wound up,
we've got an in-game mode scoring algorithm.
wound up making gray, which is what I did. Wound up making gray. I'm using that up here.
Let's go down to our sub-agent in-game criteria. You can see there, as soon as we put the in-game mode, we transition the agent directly to the in-game NTO, right? So that gives us that accurate answer.
That's all right. I use it up here as a shadow.
And we can reduce it in that latency required by the agent to figure out which one to use, which we can over. We have this here. Now, one thing I just want to quickly point out also while we're here is, so as part of that before easily, is we've also preloaded some information. So this is something that's new with agent script, that's really kind of improved the latency kind of go into the customer.
Accidentally mixed the color that I needed up there. It's all right. As long as we can use it, right? As long as we can use it. Yeah. Accidentally mixed the color. It's all right.
Another thing about customer experience, agents are great, right? At some point, they want to, customers want to talk to a human. You talked about orchestration from agent to agent, but how are you using orchestration for an agent to seamlessly blend the human into that conversation?
Yeah, let me get started that one. I lead our service channel is also a revenue channel.
Okay.
So when our employers are going through that hiring journey, they somehow get stuck somewhere, and then they need type of help for us to put it back in that hiring journey. And then that's the critical for them to stay with us as a customer, right? So making sure that we're very clear and then we get those signals saying, hey, let's escalate it to a human when it's failing, it's a killing code for us. And I can show you how that looks like real quick. So I'm going to trigger here the chat experience, and here's where we're rendering the service statement, and then you'll see it'll get populated with the user and all the information that shows that, hey, I'm a AI agent, I'm trying to help you. Let's say the user come in and says something like, I need to verify my account. Which, like I said before, is very critical for them to post the job. So I just want somebody in the company, I need to hire somebody inside.
What did old Bob Ross say? There are no mistakes. Bullshit. Bullshit, Bob. Yes, there are.
And then at that point, you definitely have to signal sentiment and deterministic. That's exactly because in this case, they're going to be frustrated. And the AI agent could help them, but they want this signal that they want to talk to a human. They don't want to go in the way. You want to
Force them into an experience they don't want.
exactly right. So here's an example of it escalating.
Bob was an Air Force guy, so I guess we forgive him, but he was wrong about that. Yeah, there's mistakes, Bob. There's mistakes, and I'm making them. That's all right. It's all right. It is all right because I'm going to fix them. I'm going to fix them. Accidentally wound up with a color that I wanted.
To do at the same time, if you can do that because the AI gets some discovery work, then you have to want to track the end-to-end employer to people experience to make sure that you're not spending too much time on it because that affects CSAT and other metrics like that.
No mistakes. There are no mistakes, my ass, bro.
You're looking at from the customer, reducing their time, and then also from
Now you can ask, Bob. There's mistakes.
And that's what's really important in this conversation on this agentic journey. I know for our customer, Rupert, Falabella, 60% of their WhatsApp inquiries are answered autonomously. And then we have, JPW, which is a manufacturing industry, they've gone 40% faster in resolving cases while increasing reducing their workload. So they're seeing really big differences in their work processes. I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the KPIs that you all are looking at, the metrics to measure success with the use of agents?
Yeah, I think technology that we So I think the two most important metrics are this latency and accuracy for us. Right? And so we've noticed, I mentioned before, because now we're able to preload some of that information, we're able to use some of the data to kind of reinforce the experience for you, to really reduce our latency time. So to give you a figure, I think that in our most recent tests, we've seen a reduction of almost 60% in terms of latency. Now, if I switch to accuracy, so as you can imagine, one of the things we're asking about before is, it's important that we get our accuracy, right? And so with our accuracy scores, we add up purity and ability tests every single day in relevance. And so what they said to us is that the latest version of the bank that we're using, Level 6, has come back with a 94% accuracy rate.
What about you? What do you have in?
Yeah, we have two kinds of metrics. We measure for the service agent. One of them, we have an outcome.
All right, so we're at 46 minutes. So I'm going to call this one, and then I'll continue to paint, and we'll do another video while this one, right after this one uploads, and we'll do it like that. If I take them longer than 46 minutes, it's hard to upload. So, all right, we'll be back with you on the next one. This is number 6.